useful tips that you can use to get yourself back into training and back into your fitness regime.
That's even if you spent the whole of lockdown not doing much exercise at all.
Even nothing.
Even nothing.
Tip number 1.
Low weight, high reps. When you're going back into the gym, using the dumbbells, using the barbells, you're not going to be able to pick up where you left off, especially having not lifted any substantial amount of weight for the past 3 to 4 months. A really good place to start in this is 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. And that can pretty much be for every exercise across the board.
So if you're not sure what a rep or a set is, rep is a repetition of each move, and we're advising that you do 10 repetitions, have a little rest, and you do that 3 times. That's your 3 sets of 10. In terms of intensity, you want to be working around a 7 out of 10. If 1 is absolutely not working out hard at all, and 10 is working your maximum, you want to be around that 7 area.
It's very easy to get carried away and kind of hit that 8, 9, 10 out of 10 effort scale, but with it having been such a long time since you lifted weights properly, what you'll do is fry your C&S, end up super sore, which isn't good. We've got to build yourself back up slowly after a long break.
And really important, make sure your technique is perfect before you think about going too heavy. It's much better to do a lower weight with really great technique than do a heavier weight with poor technique.
So what does a 7 out of 10 effort look like? You should be able to do 3 to 4 more reps if you wanted to, okay? So that's a good way of measuring if you're completely new to weights and getting into it, roughly what 7 out of 10 looks like. Tip number 2.
Use less equipment. Obviously with COVID guidelines, you want to be reducing the amount of things that you touch for hygiene reasons.
My advice to you would actually be to stick mainly to dumbbells for weighted exercises. Most gyms, they have a limited amount of barbells and squat racks. So you can pretty much do every exercise using a dumbbell, and there's always a variety of weights available. For example, doing a dumbbell RDL, going straight into a goblet reverse lunge using the same dumbbell, as opposed to using a barbell for one exercise and a dumbbell for the other exercise.
Tip number 3.
Use supersets. What's a superset? It's simply just doing one exercise, small amount of rest, like sub 30 seconds, and then going straight into another exercise. That is one set, and then you repeat that for however many sets you've chosen to do.
Rumour has it that you're only going to be able to book 45-minute slots in the gym. So it's important that you make your workouts as efficient as possible, and supersets are a really great way to do this.
Don't define the quality of your workout based on how long you're spending in the gym. You can get a great session done in 45 minutes. Tip number 4.
Short rest periods. If you want to keep the intensity high, it's simple. Keep the amount of rest that you have shorter.
As we previously mentioned, we want to be working that 10 to 12 rep range, which you don't really want to be taking more than 60 seconds rest.
Basically, cut the faff. Get off your phone, get off of Instagram, stop watching YouTube, and just get on with your workout. Tip number 5.
The question we often get asked is, how many times a week should I be training? Now, of course, this is different to every single person, but if you spent the past 3 or 4 months not doing much exercise, then I'd say 2 to 3 times per week is plenty to get you started.
Try and space out your sessions as much as you can, so you've got plenty of rest time between each. And as you start to get fitter, you can start to add more workouts into your week.
Tip number 6.
Another common question we get asked is, when should I increase my weights and by how much?
This is why we advise working within a certain rep range. So in this instance, like we said earlier, we would advise 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. If you're hitting the top end of that rep range, so 3 sets of 12, and the RPE is about a 6 or a 7 out of 10, then from there, feel free to increase weight and start again from the bottom of the rep range, being 10, and maybe add a rep each week.
Just take it in small increments. Going 1 up in the dumbbells or adding the 1.25s or 2.5s on either side is plenty. Tip number 7. 6. Tip number 7.
Always have a backup plan.
Have a plan B, C, maybe even a plan D. The reality is, in these times, you might not be able to get onto the piece of equipment you want to, you might not be able to book into the class that you want to. Make sure you have a backup plan to make the most of your workout.
Little bonus tip for you, make sure that you have some sort of plan going to the gym. I see this all the time. So many people turn up without a plan get completely overwhelmed, and as a result have a bad session. Whether it's a structured weight program or whether you're just going to sit on the rower for half an hour, make sure you're turning up to the gym every single time knowing exactly what you're going to do.
Hopefully you found these 7 tips helpful. If you want more information, then please do feel free to join our free Facebook group. We've posted the link below. We do free strength, cardio and stretch classes every week to help you build strength and confidence so you're ready to hit the gym when they open.
Thanks for watching. Hope you found that super useful. If you did, please hit that like button. And if there's anything that you didn't quite understand and you want us to cover in more detail, drop us a comment in the comment section and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.